Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mayfield now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Detroit! Set! Blue 90!
Mayfield on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Barney! Gun! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Three down. All right, here we go. Blue 90!
Gurley again here on first down. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Gun! 3 down. Detroit!
Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
I got 11. Detroit!
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gun! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Todd Gurley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Now the extra point. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
We got 3.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Reset. He's coming, double up. Tiger. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Alert 3. Black 99, feel it. Come back.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. No. Check. Patriot.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Flushed out right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. Here we go now. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's Gurley.
Let's go, defense.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Todd Gurley, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add on to their lead. Point after here coming up. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Switzer now to return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Black 22.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To the air yet again, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Tiger, 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 tiger. Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
3 down.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield now on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Hey, they scared!
To throw, Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Black 22! Black 22! 57's Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. SOS. Black 99 Philly. SOS. Richmond. Tiger. Come back. Hey, check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, green,
Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Black 99 Philly. Alert. Black 22. Black 22. Tiger.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Strong right. Hey, Black 22. Black 22.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Switzer now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come back.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Mayfield looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
You got three down. Check numbers. Detroit. He's cracked.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down, Mayfield. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gone! Now let's go! 3-19!
Working out of the gun. Mayfield being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Watson now to throw. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3 down. Hey, Blue 80. Richmond.
From the 50, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Richmond. Tiger.
To throw is Watson. On third down, this is Bell on the dump off. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
To throw is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Detroit!
First down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, we go now.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And we're back now here in Cleveland. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Check. Hot. Mike's 50. What's the curl?
Another carry now for Gurley. Down to the 25. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
No. Check. Patriot. 5 down. Stand up in. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
Watch him now, Barney. Hey, check 24.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now let's go. Green 39. Gun.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Tiger!
On 1st down, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing again is Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, Watson. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Single. Black 99 Philly.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Come back, come back. 26, check 26. Single, I got a single on the side.
To the air yet again, Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Watson, and this is going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Green the line.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Reset.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked
As
pretty
we
tight with
speak.
the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps.
Alert. 3 down.
They give to Johnson going right. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Tight end's right. 319.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Mayfield now, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost, it was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Hey, watch 11, watch 11.
Two jet! Two jet!
Got 3, got 3.
Back to throw, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Browns, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.